It's all happening here, folks. It's on for young and old. Now we're back out in the orchard here to have a look at the sprays I did a couple of weeks ago. I sprayed the trees with some of our CGWS as a barrier film to protect them from all sorts of things that happen in the garden this time of the year. The product itself is actually designed to be as a sunblock, so it's not an insecticide, it's actually a barrier film which deters all sorts of problems like the sun rays shining on it and heating up the plant too much. So it keeps the plants cool, predominantly for citrus, but I actually tried it on my fruit trees here, especially the apples, because it gets riddled with codling moth. Well, not riddled, I won't say that. Some trees get more affected than others, but I wanted to see how well it's going to affect them or protect it. So let's have a quick look. You can see now when I've sprayed the trees, I've actually focused just where the fruit is mainly, because that's where the main problems are. You get sunburn on the fruit as well. They do get scorched. Now we've got a 40-degree day coming up here, and it's going to be about 55-degree winds, kilometre-an-hour winds, which is ridiculous. Here we go, just getting a sample of it now for you. Now that would probably be about 10 k's an hour if you're lucky. So imagine 5 times the power of that coming through. Hence why the trees have got to lean on them. So they've been sprayed on there, so we're protecting them so they don't get burnt, folks. That's one of the main things. And sometimes pests get in there as well, but it's not an insecticide, remember that. Forgot to mention also that we mixed it with diatomaceous earth as well, and I think bicarb. I'm not sure if I put bicarb, but we did have the oil and all that. So that's a natural insecticide, the oil that we use with the soap. Really safe household. I mean, they're just basic ingredients. But this is the other part about it. When it leaves a film on it, it's safe as houses, folks. It leaves a film on it, and it does wipe off if you wanted just to wipe it off, because it's a kaolin clay base. That's all it is. And it washes off in the water. Oh no! The things I did, I only barely touched that. You saw that. I didn't do much. I actually did twist it a little bit, but I didn't expect it to fall off. It's not even ripe. And you remember this one, folks, the quince? Well, it's still white as houses, or white as the houses in Greece on the islands there, folks. And that basically has solved our problem. We had an infestation of caterpillars and parent cherry slug on here, folks. It was decimating the tree. It was going to destroy it. So the combination that I used was basically diatomaceous earth, CGWS as a barrier as well, and olive oil and soap, if I remember correctly. But you can find that in one of our previous videos. It's about 3 or 4 weeks ago that we did this. Now what you can see is new growth. I haven't cleaned it up, and I've left it all like this purposely so we can see how it moves on, if it's going to show any difference from the old and the new. And you can see quite distinctly it hasn't kicked on a lot on this side yet, just started, if you can see that. Sorry about the long shadows. That's got new growth there. We've got some new growth, so yes, it's coming along. Yes, it is. It's kicked back into gear, so we saved the tree. As ugly as it looks, yeah, we're going to clean all these leaves off. I'm in two minds. I mean, the leaves have stopped. They're not getting any worse. That's the main thing. And it's still, photosynthesizing, be it all half a leaf or so like that, until it fills up properly on top. I'm just going to leave the bottom half in there, unless there is dieback. Now, if you've got trees that have got dieback on them, don't wait for it, even if you sprayed them with a base of some sort. Any dieback on those trees or plants as such need to be pruned off straight away. Don't leave them on. If you've got, dehydrated leaves like this that are just sort of wilted, 1 or 2 leaves here and there, it's okay. You can leave them on. These are all very much alive. You can see they're green underneath. You just can't tell. And the markings on them is basically the parent cherry slug and caterpillars that cause all this damage here. So that has been stopped. Before I say it's stopped, I better check the other side, eh? Let's have a look. Any caterpillars? Anything? No. Look, it's super clean now, but when I first did spray the plant, there was still remnants of caterpillars on this side here, because I didn't hit it hard on this side as much as I did on that side. And I did come out, I think, a few days later and gave it another light spray, but you can see now it's completely cleared at the bottom. Well, I can see that, but what you can see is the new growth coming out on this side. It's not as aggressive on that side, because that's the sort of the northerly wind, and it's always fighting against the wind all the time. So hence why we've got more growth on this side of the tree. Again, prune back any damaged wood, any real dieback that's existing on your tree. If you're going to spray with something as a barrier, you can use CGWS. It's a great barrier to protect it from sunblock and all that. Again, and you're trying to work out why I'm saying it, but just stick with me here. It's not an insecticide, okay? That's all I've got to say there. But you know how good it is and safe it is for your plants. Kaolin clay base, no chemical additives, no nothing into it. Diatomaceous earth works great. It's been around for years. Olive oil, well, that's been around as long as we've been on this earth, I think. So yeah, use that as an insecticide spray if you like, a home brew. I'm sure we won't have problems using that, will we? At the end of the day, it's all about nurturing nature as you look after your garden. Did I say that right? Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. We've got some great specials, you know that, and our secret sales are going on. People are enjoying that, so look out for those. Get onto the newsletter if you don't know what I'm talking about, because that's where you get all the info. We're not advertising it on your normal platforms, so it's just through the newsletters. Vasilisgarden.com, and don't forget, Saturday I'm going to be at the outlet in Seville, and 3RW Radio as well, and the big hamper. We're going to draw that on Monday. Got a shot by this weekend to be in the draw. From me, Vasili Maresi. I brought him to prune, but yeah, bugger it.